Minneapolis voters reject policing overhaul ballot measure prompted by George Floyd's murder. More than 56% of the 143,000 people voted on that question rejected the plan, which would have given the city council oversight of a new Department of Public Safety and done away with a requirement to employ a minimum number of police officers tied to the city's population. The status quo-affirming result is a setback to both citywide and national efforts to fundamentally reduce or eliminate the role of police in America. Cities and states across the country have moved to tweak, alter, or overhaul the role of police in society since Floyd's death under the knee of then Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Because policing is such a locally controlled institution, those measures have differed widely by jurisdiction. The vote marked a significant setback for activists dedicated to defunding or dismantling a police department that had for years been confronted with accusations of racism and the use of excessive force. Tuesday night was the first time voters in Minneapolis had the chance to weigh in on a concrete proposal to overhaul policing, and they rejected it by a 13% margin.
Voters on both sides of the public safety measure agreed that the way Minneapolis police operate now is not acceptable. The question on the ballot posed one way of changing that, and voters found the plan to give control of public safety-related departments to the city council and eliminate the requirement to employ police officers unacceptable. City council candidates who opposed the public safety measure appeared to retain their seats, while two challengers who opposed it unseated incumbent councilors who supported the measure. Minneapolis City Council member Philip Cunningham, who spearheaded a similar ballot initiative, called the results really unfortunate. He lost his seat to a challenger Tuesday. "We have just seen a clear backlash to progress in our city," said Cunningham. Floyd's murder on Memorial Day in 2020, captured on video by a bystander, and the video went viral on social media, set off a tinderbox. In response to protests that drew national attention, Minneapolis city councilors gathered in a city park and pledged to dismantle the police department. Weeks later, the council voted unanimously to begin a process that would dismantle the police department and replace it with a Department of Community Safety and Violence Prevention. The move was greeted by activists who, as surges of anger pulsed through cities, saw an opportunity to realize reforms that had previously been viewed as impossible. What followed was almost 18 months of litigation and other fights through city bureaucracy about the scope of possible change, largely because of a constitution-like document governing the city's structure and the police department's role that is not easy to change. The question on the ballot Tuesday, of whether to do away with the Minneapolis Police Department and replace it with a Department of Public Safety, resulted from a petition drive following Floyd's murder. More people cast their ballots early this year than any other Minneapolis election in 45 years. Early voting was up 143% compared to the 2017 municipal election, and up 488% compared to the 2013 municipal election. By about 5 hours into Election Day, about 30% of registered voters had cast a ballot early, by mail, or in person.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.